Welcome to CCRPG, where we open up our virtual table and play games with some good friends. I'm Bob, and I'll be running Lancer. I'm joined today by Todd, portraying Astro Jamin.
It's me.
Chuck, portraying Evelene Bolick.
I'm a number one.
Jeremy, portraying Dyne Starseeker.
Are we sure that's Todd?
And Jay, portraying Steve Starling.
Well, sure.
In our last episode, our pilots all found important information within Lumiere, Salacia. Astro and Steve took out Captain Rahu Attain and scoured his personal terminal, liberating corporate intelligence on operations and agents across Cygnus space. Dyne discovered the development schematics and information being used to produce the new Dust Arm and Glint Arm prototypes, and even found time to sabotage the ones being produced here. Evelene discovered the plans Operation Nucleus has for the rollouts of further segmentation tether programs, confirming a dark fear as she sees her home, the planet of Rhyolite, amongst the list. Lastly, Astro and Steve found the Fleet Logistics Room, containing the data on all of Operation Nucleus's recent movements, current numbers, muster points, supply lines, patrol routes, and resupply stations. It was the last of these that led to a tragic betrayal. As Astro prepared this logistic data for retrieval, Steve revealed himself as an agent of the Noesis Mandate. While holding Astro at gunpoint, Steve made his situation clear. He would be leaving with that information. What ensued was a failed attempt by Steve to turn Astro to the Mandate, and a failed attempt by Astro to escape the predicament, leaving Astro unconscious as Steve called in reinforcements. Dyne and Evelene, realizing something was wrong, made their way to Astro. After some quick care, they got their captain back on his feet, and the three fled the station, only to find the DBC stolen, an escape capsule from the DBC floating in space unattended, and Steve summoned backup ready to stall their pursuit. Demoralized by the betrayal and their stolen ship, the demands for surrender from Paladin Maximus Ceros of the Noesis Mandate set the pilots on their back foot as they argued amongst themselves among what to do next. We return to the pilots as the Paladin's patience expires.
No more time for thinking. If you will not surrender, I will see you subdued.
It's time for initiative.
Alrighty.
Can we move to any point inside the green?
You may start at any point within the green player deployment zone on the map to start the combat.
Cool.
All right,
Oops,
we're doing this.
Shape on accident. Let me take some measurements. So he's about 20 units away. Okay, I think I'm just going to put Astro behind Chimera and Orion.
You have the mech that it's not, you don't have the goblin anymore. You have the one before that, right?
Right, it Swallowtail.
Okay.
He doesn't want to explode.
Which is a valid concern. Yes. So, just laying it all out there, my plan is basically to go straight for Hammerman and keep him occupied. So, if I can tank him, maybe you guys can handle the ads.
I have big guns. I particularly am aiming for Diddly Darn.
No! He's the fan favorite.
Darn. That's the real betrayal.
Yeah.
That Diddly Darn would side against us. Okay. Do you want me to? And I'll do my thing where I just support. Do you want me?
You do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'd say do what you think makes sense. I think.
Yeah, I think maybe I should put some lock on some people.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, the players are going to have the first go here.
Okay.
You see that warning, frame not present or invalid, has sent his people out and has lowered into attack position. But you get to act first.
Okay. Let me just think.
Are you going first, COMET?
Yes. I'm gonna go
All right.
first. So
Go ahead and activate yourself in the combat tracker.
Yep. Press that button. There we go.
Power on.
Power on. All right. So first things first. Let's throw a lock on. Let me see who's in range. They have to be within 20.
Should be
almost
anyone
everyone
to the south.
Except for Bomber. No, infringement is also out of range. So yeah, everyone to the south. So I'm gonna put lock on Diddly Darn. And let's see. I try to use the little combat like toolbar. Quick action. That's a quick action. And then I think I'm gonna do an invade on one of these guys. Let's do a invade on Fraud.
You got it.
And
now I will say it is invisible.
Oh, that's good to know then.
Fraud is invisible?
I can't actually put invisible on it because the custom settings for the Lancer system will actually remove it from the screen, but that's not really how invisible works. But I will tell you that Fraud is, by default, it is invisible and can transfer this status to another character within line of sight as a quick action. You have seen them do this before.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to target Frame Not Present instead.
Okay.
For this. And I actually can target then. And I'm going to use Banish. It's my invade option. If this works, until the end of the target's next turn, they take 2 heat for every space they voluntarily move.
As you use this ability on them, you realize that their systems are incredibly obtuse. As you try to impose this restriction on them, they have the hardened target ability. You have +1 difficulty to any tech attack made against it.
Okay. Got it. +1 difficulty. All right. And let's roll that. It's still a hit.
Still a hit.
Rolled
Okay.
a 13. Cool. So, okay, cool. So he takes, what's the default amount of heat you take when you do an invade? Like just 2 heat, I think.
That will be on your mech somewhere. Because I don't have that ability on mine. Should be on your mech status sheet somewhere.
It's on my that's if I do snow crash. But the invade option by itself, regardless of what option you pick, does 2 heat when it succeeds. So he takes 2 heat, and now he has the banish effect on him.
All right, 2 heat. Is that what this is up here? It is. If you right-click on your mechs now, does it let you plug in your heat and HP as like little status bars?
Not when I right click.
Okay, I think something must have changed with the system since the last time we built tokens and when I made the Paladin, because now it's really easy to take away HP and add heat, because there's a bar above him and a bar below him that are his heat and health.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll fix the tokens later, so this is becomes easier for everyone.
All right, and I'm not going to move. I forgot. Diddly Darn is shredded, if that matters.
Diddly Darn is shredded. Absolutely.
And since I am not going to move, I'm going to use my spotter skill to allow me to lock on again as a free action. And this time, if I try to lock on an invisible player, do I still have to do the roll 50-50?
I think that's just for attacks.
That's only for that's only for rolls.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you don't have to deal with the 50-50 for that.
Okay.
So you're just going to throw the lock on fraud?
Yeah. And when I do it this way, I learn the target's armor, speed, evasion, defense, mech skills, current HP. I think what I want to know most is what mech skills it has.
It has. It can warp sensors, which gives you heat and makes it so enemies have soft cover against you. It can glitch your scanners. Which basically gives false positives on your sensors, which essentially allows them to teleport.
Okay.
We need to turn that off. I can't have that appearing. The text is appearing on my recording screen.
Oh, yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, because lock-on's not an attack, that wouldn't have the 50-50 thing there.
Yeah.
Blip is part of his glitch scanners. Glitch scanners basically gives him the blip ability that allows them to teleport.
Okay. It's a teleporty guy.
Data veil is the invisible thing. It lets him be invisible. And yeah, those are all his skills, I think.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
What's his HP?
10.
Okay. One thing it says I don't learn is like his structure or stress, so I don't think I know that. But I'm guessing he probably just has one structure. Does he have any armor? And I'm good.
No armor.
Okay. That's all for Astro. Since he didn't move, he's going to cloak at the end of his turn.
All right.
And I've ended my turn on the tracker.
You got it. I am going to... I'm going to go ahead and activate Diddly Darn.
Interesting.
Diddly Darn. How long does the shredded last on him? As long as he has the lock on?
Until the end of its next turn.
Okay.
So he's gonna lose the shredded since he just activated.
Sensors 15. Wow. Okay. So it is going to this little cargo ship is going to launch itself towards y'all. And as a quick action, it is going to lock on to, I guess, Orion, since Orion, you're right up front there.
Okay.
And it is going to fire missile pods at you. As you see, basically a bunch of missile racks, like basically unhook from the side of this cargo truck and launch at you. Like once they're free from where they're strapped to the cargo ship, they kind of lock on and fly at you. Against characters with lock on, the Rainmaker's weapons gain smart, seeking, and armor piercing.
Okay.
Ooh.
The missile pods get to actually attack 1 to 3 characters at a time. So he's going to target all 3 of you.
Okay.
Because all 3 of you
invisible.
are in range.
We should move.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm beginning to realize I shouldn't have clumped up on you guys. I don't know why I always do that too.
Eventually
okay.
we'll learn.
Coming back into the game after a couple of technical difficulties, we were in the middle of Diddly Darn's turn. After getting a few things sorted out, so we should be good to go from here. But I do think I remember saying Diddly Darn had all 3 of you targeted with some missile pods.
Well, diddly darn.
Darn it.
All right. So Comet is invisible, and Orion has lock on. So I think those are the important things here. He also has smart seeking and armor piercing against people who have lock on. So that's nice. So let's roll this up. Oof. Okay. That's a 23 for Orion for a crit. A 10 against Chimera for a hit, and then the invisibility saves Comet.
Yay.
All right, let's roll up that damage.
Is that 4?
What's that?
Is that 4 damage?
I think so, but so there's now a thing that says roll damage button that I have that allows me to like add bonus or base damage and stuff like that, and figure in armor piercing, like if armor piercing's a thing, right? So I can actually click on you, Orion, for armor piercing to denote it has armor piercing against you specifically.
Cool.
So I want to see how this works, and it should have reliable 2. That's already factored in. So I'm going to hit this button and see what comes up.
Cool.
Oh, okay. That's handy.
Oh, and then I can choose to apply the damage, it looks like.
Now, I don't know why it didn't take into account Chimera's armor.
You're right, yeah.
Because Chimera, it did not have armor piercing against you.
Yeah.
I mean, I can
when
adjust.
Chimera takes the damage, it might be less if this is smart.
Oh, let's find out. Yeah, go ahead and hit the take damage button, Chimera, and see what happens. Yeah, okay, so it does only... Okay, cool. So
you only took 2 instead of 4.
Thank you, technology.
So yeah, Chimera, you take 2 damage. Prometheus, you take 4 damage. And Comet, you still take 2 damage because it's reliable.
Oh, wait. But doesn't the attack just fail?
It misses.
Yeah.
It doesn't not happen. It's still a reliable weapon. He launched enough missiles at your general direction that they exploded nearby, and you still take 2 reliable damage.
Okay.
Because it basically just covered the whole area the 3 of you are standing in with missiles.
Yeah.
And that should be Diddly Darn's turn. Lock on, movement, and firing missiles. All right, back to your team.
If I may, I want to get out of here.
I won't stop you. As Orion grapples Chimera, no, don't leave us.
Screw you guys, I'm going on my own. Chimera is going to run and boost forward, so that's 10 spaces. I know we do this every time, but it's like you grab and then alt, or just
you hold control as you drag the line away from yourself.
Thank you.
And then just
I always forget too.
And then you can click to set waypoints.
There we go. Move and dash toward. I know he has a name, but I just like calling him Hammerman.
All right. And then, in response.
Oh, reaction.
Okay.
I
am activating Lead the charge. A triggered ability. A hostile character within the line of sight of Notice moves. The Ultra can boost. This can be used any number of times per round.
Okay, cool.
Okay, he will take some heat for that, though.
That's fine.
I'm fine with this.
Now, does that include forced movement, or is it like willing movement?
Let me read.
No, I'm talking about the Ultra's boost ability.
Oh.
Like the trigger.
Oh, the trigger is specifically moves, like does a move. Okay. Yeah, not like is moved.
Yeah, because I was thinking like how I have the passive with the cannon that allows me to move when I fire a cannon. That wouldn't make sense if he could boost because he saw me firing a cannon and just moving from the recoil. I think it's in response to you moving. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. I just wanted to clarify.
It wasn't the question you asked, but for my banish, it's they only take heat for 2 heat for every space they voluntarily move. So I couldn't like game it by putting banish on someone and then pushing them.
When does banish fall off? Is it just for one turn? Or
at the end of my target's next turn.
Got it.
Okay. I would also like to activate my protocol or my core power because it seems appropriate. Blah. So the Tormentor Spike / Warning
you
Star
technically
protocol.
Should have done that before you moved. But
oh, shit.
Protocols happen at the beginning of your turn. Yeah.
You're right. Well, retcon.
I'm fine with that.
Thank you. And then I don't know if this is considered an attack. I'm going to do it anyway, but I'm going to put Hunter Lock on the Ultra.
Put lock on?
Yeah. Oh, it's something. It's not a lock on. It's a Hunter's Lock.
All right. I don't know what that is.
What does that do again? Choose a character within sensors. For the rest of the scene, your first ranged or melee attack against them deals 3 bonus damage. Actually, I could probably just click the description.
Yes, I would prefer that.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Where the flip are you?
Nice.
All right,
so you have placed your Hunter's Lock on Notice.
Yep. Does that count as an attack since he didn't roll against it?
That is not an attack.
Okay, cool. Then I have Skirmisher in effect then. I'm ending my turn.
All right, end your turn, Chimera.
Finding the button. Done.
No, you started your turn. Now you need to end it. There we go.
It's been a minute. I'm sorry. I'm done. Now, for real.
All right. Very nice. Let me check something here.
But are you sure?
Cool. Hey, Todd.
Yes.
The thing you put on him, is that a condition?
Good question. Let me read the wording of it.
Like, could it be cleared by someone taking a stabilize, for example? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess the question is it in the status and conditions section?
But there are things that we said could be removed that are like conditions that aren't just in there, right? Like,
I don't
like
think
there is not a specific thing called.
Right.
I don't think it's a condition because, like, for example, if I used Logic Bomb, which is another banish option I have, or another invade option, it'll say stuff like become slowed. Like it'll say a condition applies. In this, there's no condition.
That makes
it's
sense.
just an effect.
Okay, cool. That's what I wanted to know. I am going to activate Notice. And have they taken any damage? No. They Seeing Chimera kind of boosting towards them, they seemingly have very much focused on you, Chimera. They are going to move. And that's 2 heat for that movement, right, Todd?
2 heat per every space they move.
For every space.
Yes.
Oh, I like
So-
that.
That's pretty neat.
Would
It
that
is
mean
very
he took?
neat.
Did he move 2 when he boosted earlier?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
You
going to
idiot.
point out to the detriment of my team that it is a maximum of 6 heat.
Oh,
After that,
yeah,
it doesn't
I'm sorry.
apply anymore.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I
See,
wasn't
that's the
withholding
stuff
that.
I need to know.
Yeah.
You know,
I
that's
wasn't
fair to
withholding that. I just forgot.
That's fair
Thank
to
you,
point
Jay.
out.
Yeah, well, little did you know, I'm a double agent, so...
Well,
Yeah.
well, he's reached the maximum of 6 heat.
Okay. So yeah.
So it just no longer applies to him then?
Yeah. And then
Okay.
at the end of his turn, he's not gonna worry
So,
about it anyway.
hold on. Does that mean total from this ability or per movement?
I was actually wondering that. Until the end of your target's next turn, they take 2 heat for every space they voluntarily move.
So it's talking
Up to a
about
maximum
spaces
of
they
6
movement,
heat.
not how many they do in a specific move. You know what I mean? Because you
Yeah.
could move and boost for like 12 spaces. You know what I mean? And it's not saying... It doesn't seem to be saying you take 6 for each of those, because the move doesn't mention actions or, you know, full or like quick action versus full. You know what I mean? I think it's a
I
total
think
of
if they
6
move
for the
12,
move.
they would still just take 6. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's if you move and do your full movement, unless you're really slow, you're likely to just get 6 heat from it.
Okay. Because what I'm saying is, so he moved 2 originally from his special ability. Now he just moved 2 again, and then he's going to boost 2. But that still means he's only taken a total of 6 heat. Is that right?
That's how I read it. Well, 8 heat
Yeah.
with the initial attack,
that-
too.
That's not how the ability reads. Until the end of your target's next turn, they take 2 heat for every space they move up to a maximum of 6 heat. So once he hits 6 heat, the move falls off. It doesn't say anything about like happening
I see
like
what
during
you're
a turn.
saying.
It's saying this ability is a maximum of 6 heat. Is how I'm reading it.
I don't think that's the intention of the move, because if they just happen to be at 6 heat when this is applied, it just wouldn't do anything.
No. Not they get a total of 6 heat. I mean, the move can only apply a
The
total of
move
6
can
heat.
only
Oh,
give them 6 heat. Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Like
It
they
can
can
only-
go to 20 heat or something like that. I'm saying that this can only give them
It can
up to
only
6.
dish out 6 heat.
Is
Yeah,
what I'm
that
how
makes
I'm reading
sense
it.
too.
I
So,
agree with that.
makes sense.
Okay, so that
Yeah.
means to me they will get to 8 heat because they took 2 from the invade and then they're taking 6 from the ability. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That does.
Okay, that is what they're doing. Oh wait, no, it is not. They're at 8 heat. They're not going to boost. Instead, they're going to, as a full action, stabilize and vent all their heat.
Darn it.
That's their
I
turn.
was gonna
What do you mean,
use.
darn it? That is literally a full action from the boss. Just gone. What do you
I
mean,
mean, no,
darn
it is good, but I had an ability that could turn all that heat into burn. So I was hoping to use it on my next turn.
Well, he is now at 0 heat.
Yeah.
There'll be more opportunities in the future, Todd. Don't worry.
Suddenly
it's
the
back
boss
to
is
you
on
guys.
fire.
Orion, you're up.
We need
yes.
more burn.
In general, that was really good.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, it made Chimera not get smacked with a giant hammer,
Yeah.
so there you go.
Maybe I want to get smacked with a hammer. You ever consider that?
Maybe that's your fetish.
Don't kink shame.
Hey
okay?
there, Hammer Man. That's why you call him Hammer Man. Hammer Man.
As the
All
paladin
right.
charges towards you, Chimera, you watch as it pauses for a second and just steam vents out of like all of its limbs as it kind of like hovers in space, pulling its giant hammer back.
All right.
Make sure you activate at the beginning of your turn.
Oh, yep.
I highly recommend right-clicking on the combat encounter thing in the upper right so that it gives you like its own window for the combat tracker you can put on your screen.
All right, let's test the durability of our boss friend. All right, so turn starts. Hold on. I need to see something. What are the range in my...
Oh, no.
What were you going to say, Todd?
No, I for a second I thought I put lock on notice, but I didn't. It was diddly darn and fraud. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's see here. I can hit diddly darn. I can hit the boss, but I can only hit with one weapon. Man. All right. So we're just going to have to get in range, unfortunately, this turn. So let's see here. Yeah, that should be good. I'm just so far out, and I can only move 3 spaces. It is unfortunate. Yep. Okay. All right. So I'm going to have to take a very slow turn, unfortunately, because I have basically only one weapon that can hit them from here. So I'm going to have to actually move if I want to do anything reasonable. So I'm going to move, and I'm going to boost. Yes, and I get to move a total of 6 spaces.
It's pretty good for you.
Oh, wait, that's 5. I get one more. I get one more.
All right.
Maybe
in
invest
response,
into movement.
A hostile character in line of sight moves. The Ultra can boost.
He's closing in on you, Chimera. All right, I am going to...
As it boosts 2 spaces closer to Chimera.
Take aim at diddly darn. Cool. All right. So, I'm going to take aim at diddly darn and fire my heavy pattern laser rifle. I'm going to be real, Chuck. The way he's moving 2 spaces at a time, I'm just hearing the Jaws theme in my head.
Absolutely.
That's perfect.
Are you gonna consume lock on?
Yeah, I'll consume lock on. For this. Let's see here. Yep, consume lock on. Total, yep, so we're gonna see how this goes. I crit.
Nice. Very nice.
I also do something because my autopod launched when a character attacks a target within range 15. Oh, wait, is he within range 15?
He very well might be.
He is
He
just
should be.
at 15.
He was at 14 where I stood, so yes.
So my autopods give me the autonomous assault reaction, which is the only way I can attack with them. So I will...
Oh, and Orion, you should be able to hit that roll damage button.
Yeah. I'm just making sure that everything is there. Okay. So
Okay.
I hit him for 10 plus 3 burn plus 5 bonus damage. So 18.
18
wow.
total damage. Plus 3 damage from the autopod.
I helped!
Because Diddly Darn is still patched into your communication systems from when he was talking to you before, you all hear him go, "Ah!" as explosions happen in the background, and he's just gone.
No, not Ned.
Only is
diddly
free
darn.
damage that put him over.
It was the first damage that put him over.
Okay.
So there was overkill involved.
There was 20 points worth of overkill damage there.
Okay. All right. And before I forget, I took 3 heat from my my firing my rifle.
All right.
So that would be my turn. So I power down.
All right.
Until next time.
Let's let Mr. Notice take a real turn now. First things first.
Doesn't have to.
He does.
The Jaws approach.
He is going to target Chimera with his demolition hammer. It does have threat range of 2. As he pulls back his hammer, you just hear him over his communication say, "Repent," as a rocket booster on the back of his hammer activates and causes a tremendously fast swing through as he goes to bat at Chimera with it.
Now, I do have soft cover, by the way.
Okay.
What gives you that?
Skirmisher. So I haven't attacked yet. So if I don't attack on my turn, I get soft cover.
Nice.
Let me roll this up here. This guy has a lot of passives, so I'm just like reading through them all to make sure I don't have to apply anything here, and I don't think so. And you have soft cover. That's going to help a lot.
You like to hear it?
Oh, too bad. He rolled real good.
Dislike.
This giant hammer, this giant armor-piercing hammer slams into the side of you. Literally a hammer you would deconstruct like it's almost as big as your mech, Chimera. This is the size of hammer you would use to demolish space stations with. As it collides with you, you must also succeed on a hull save or be stunned until the end of your next turn.
That's a really cool hammer. Okay, hull save.
Chimera's like, I want it.
Honestly, yeah, I do.
This is armor piercing. 14 damage armor piercing.
Oh gosh, he does take 3 armor piercing because of my spikes. Oh, here's the hull button. No modifiers?
No, it's just against their save target.
Okay. Not great. 6.
That's not going to do it. You did not reach the save target. You are stunned until the end of your next turn.
Oof.
Well, I gave him 3 armor piercing damage, so at least that's a good fuck you right there.
Yep.
And that's not, your spikes are not considered a melee weapon. They are just 3 armor piercing. Okay, cool beans. As he smashes into you, something about your spikes still tears through and musses up his armor. But yeah, he hit you fucking hard, man. Did you take 14?
I'm typing it out right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just thinking I need to do that. Cool. That's like over half my health right there.
And then
that kills me.
I should take this then, huh?
One hits me.
It's super heavies are a full action, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then that is his turn. Now I'm gonna get to play with the other guys. Now that you are stunned, Chimera, This bomber up here is going to advance. And it's going to follow up on what its commanding officer is telling it. Chimera, you're kind of sitting dead in the water, so it's not too concerned about you. So it's going to put lock on Orion. And then it's going to fire missile pods at... Are you within 20? All three of you. It has range 20 and can target 3 characters at a time.
Okey-doke. It's the same as Diddly Darn.
Yeah, it's the same as Diddly Darn's ability. So this is missile pods against all 3 of you as just a barrage of missiles locks onto your locations. Comet, you're still invisible, correct?
Yes.
And Chimera,
yes.
you have... Do you still have soft cover, Chimera?
I do.
Nice. Unfortunately, while you are stunned, your AC or your stuff is, I think, 5.
It is, yeah.
Your evasion goes down to 5, yeah.
I still have soft cover somehow, but yeah, it's 5.
Still soft cover, but yeah. Harder to miss. And then he's going to use the lock on Orion. So Orion, for you, that means that his ability is also smart, seeking, and armor piercing. All right. Chimera, luckily, it is a miss for you. Wait a second. No, it's not a miss. He got a 7 total. It's just not recalculating your evasion.
I mean, we could...
Your evasion is 5. You roll a 7.
No,
so
it hits. It hits.
It is unfortunately a hit for you.
I know, but I could pretend.
All right. Chimera. That is a hit. I'm glad it lets me reconfigure this stuff when it hits. So Orion, it is armor piercing against you. Comet, it misses you, but it is reliable. And then Chimera, it hits you, but is not armor piercing. So it's going to do 2 reliable damage to Comet. And then Orion, it should do 4 damage to you, and then 4 down to 2 for you, Chimera.
Yep.
Nice.
Not looking great.
Yeah, it's a little rough start for us.
I mean, that's why I'm the tank, I guess.
Hey, Todd, are you logging the damage you're taking in the combat log?
I just realized I didn't log the last one. I'm logging the one I just took, though.
Okay. All right, that is the bomber's turn. I'm going to activate this fraud. When it moves, it teleports. Who is in its sensor range? Orion. This is going to be against you.
Okay.
It is going to warp your sensors as a quick tech. I don't know why it didn't roll a tech attack, so I'm just going to go ahead and click a tech attack. There we go. Do you have any kind of cover or anything on this?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not yet? All right. So that's going to be 11 versus your E-defense.
Okay, well, that hits.
And then on a success, you're going to take 2 heat, and all attacks you make until the end of your next turn treat enemies as having soft cover.
Oh, hey, they put me in the danger zone. That is unfortunate for them.
And then it's the infringement. The infringement's going to go. It is going to also advance on your team. Is a bit slower, so it's going to move and then boost. And then it is going to use Breach Ram. The Breacher moves up to 6 spaces in a straight line, ignoring engagement and passing through, but not stopping in spaces occupied by other characters. So it is going to launch itself through Chimera with its Breach Ram.
Shit.
The Breacher passes through any obstructions, moving till they move 6 spaces, or they fail to destroy something. So I think they might actually get stopped by you.
Oh, it does get pierced.
Spaces this is not an attack.
Oh.
Actually.
Okay.
It is fun. Actually, you're a character, not a wall, so you don't stop it. Actually. Obstructions and objects in the Breacher's path take kinetic damage. Keeps moving until they have moved 6 spaces or fail to destroy an obstruction. Any characters in the Breacher's path must succeed on an agility save or be pushed out of the way and knocked prone. So I need a agility save from Chimera, which I think you automatically fail.
I think so.
Part of stunned. Yeah, you automatically fail agility saves. So you are basically, I see prone here as you're like sent spinning. Like your mech is like hit as he charges past, and you're just like spinning in space, unable to right yourself.
Does he move a space?
No.
You say that
He's moved out of the path, so
okay.
That would move Chimera.
Okay, I don't take any damage. I just get extra.
Yeah, you're just prone now in addition to all your other stuff. And that is all he can do. Round 2. Back to your team.
You want to go first, Chimera?
I'd like to. I mean, all I'm going to do is just take a turn to recover from everything.
Are you sure you don't want to leave Chimera stunned and prone?
Let me think about it. No. Yeah, so I'm going to activate primarily to clear all my conditions.
All right. A stunned mech cannot overcharge, move, or take any actions, including free actions or reactions. So your turn starts, and then it ends, and then you're no longer stunned.
Wait, I'm still prone, right, though?
You're still prone.
But I mean, it's not like I'm going to be moving anyway.
Fair enough.
I literally just want to tank this guy, so...
attacks against you do get 1 accuracy, though, because you're unable to dodge effectively while you're fucked up in your positioning.
Does my soft cover basically negate that?
I mean, essentially, yes.
Yeah, because I'm still...
How long does the soft cover last?
It's whenever I end my turn without attacking, so...
You have soft cover until the beginning of your next turn? Like, what's the wording?
Oh, yeah, let me read it exactly. At the start of your turn, you gain soft cover. You lose this cover if you attack.
Cool. Okay, cool. So, yeah, it's just on you until something happens. So, yeah,
correct.
It negates itself.
I'll take it. Just since he didn't attack, he is focused entirely on defense. Is the way I, interpret it thematically.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. So I'm going to activate then. I'm going to activate Notice. Notice needs to see how close the rest of you are. COMET and ORION, you're a little far away, so he's going to play with this toy he's found. This is going to be another demolition hammer against you, Chimera.
Yeah, no, you take 7.
This is going to structure me if it hits, which I've accepted.
All right, so you have soft cover, but you also have a source of accuracy against you. So that.
Oh, you know what? I should have overheated the stand up. Whatever.
I don't think you can from stunned, because the condition for the stun ending was at the end of your turn. So
you're right. Yeah, so it would not have helped. Okay, I was just trying to think if I could have done something smarter with that.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea had it not been worded that way. Unfortunately. All right, Chimera. He swings at you and misses. This giant hammer sliding past you just barely. That you, looking out of your sensors, think, thank God that didn't hit me, because it would have batted you into next week.
He listed lazily to the left.
Yeah, this guy knows some maneuvers. Yeah,
I was literally saying that in my head. Same brain cell there. I'm okay with this.
All right, that is his first turn for the round.
He did make an attack against me, so he still takes the armor piercing.
It's fine with me. That's 2 again.
3.
Another 3. There we go.
Pretty good.
Better than nothing.
Comet or Orion?
Okay, I think I'll activate. If that's
all
cool
I'm going to say, Comet, is I don't think there's a reason to hold back. We need to do everything we can.
Oh yeah, like I should have activated my core power last turn.
I was hoping you thought of that.
I could use that, please. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm going to use my core power, prophetic, prophetic interjection, which gains me the tactical simulation reaction. So that's the thing. Like, if you get attacked, I can roll dice and see if you were actually there or if you were somewhere else, and you can teleport. All right, and so Notice gets 2 turns round, right?
That's correct.
All right, so I am going to. Yeah, so I'm going to put lock on him, and then I'm going to target him for an invade.
Does that give him shredded?
That does give him shredded. Yes.
Nice.
Absolutely. Okay, and so I'm going to use invade on him, and I'm going to. Cancel. Let me target him. I'm going to eject power core. So this is the hack that I can do that jams them until the end of their next turn, but I can only use it once a scene for each character.
All right, let me just check some stuff. So, 2 separate
I know he has some.
Yeah, he does have some stuff. So I just want to make sure I give you the info. So he does have his hardened target, which means your ability is going to get 1 difficulty.
Okay.
And let's see. That doesn't matter here. That doesn't matter here. And okay, and what does it give to him when you put it on him?
It will make him jammed.
Jammed.
Until the end of his next turn.
Jammed. Let me look up jammed to make sure nothing interacts. Comms can... Oh, so it's like can do improvised attacks, but like he wouldn't be able to use his hammer or something.
Right.
Take reactions or benefit from tech actions. Got it. Okay. Yeah, go for it. It will just have difficulty because of his hardened target ability.
I'm going to consume the lock-on I just put on him, so those will cancel out.
And that means the shredded goes away?
The shredded stays. He doesn't have to remain locked in. It just says once a round, when Swallowtail inflicts lock-on, the target becomes shredded until the end of its next turn.
Okay, until the end of its next turn. Got it.
For a turn. All right, cool. It says it hit. I do. Unfortunately, you're adjacent to Chimera, maybe your armor negates this, so you take 2 energy damage. Characters adjacent to the target take 2 energy damage.
My armor negates. We're good.
Okay.
All right.
So basically, I just eject his cooling rods, and the bunch of steam and sparks fly out of him.
You watch as Notis's frame starts to lock up noticeably.
I noticed.
I did notice that. And then I'm just going to, as a free action, I'm going to tell Orion, focus on taking out infringement, and you have a leadership die.
Yay. I was already going to do that.
Remember what you can use the leadership die for. It can be used to give yourself
accuracy or damage.
Accuracy, or you can use it after you attack to add more damage, or you can use it to reduce damage that you take.
Okay. I will keep that in mind.
Okay, and that's my turn. I don't think I ever selected myself in combat tracker, so boop boop.
All right. All right. As Noesis mech, yes.
Sorry, one thing I forgot. I didn't move, so I put lock on infringement.
On infringement, you got it. All right. As Noetis's mech is noticeably locked down, the other mechs around it are going to make sure they run interference while he deals with that problem. So I'm going to go ahead and activate.
Also, Noetis took 2 heat when I hacked him.
2 heat, you got it.
He's now at 2.
I'm going to activate infringement. All right. Let's see. Infringement.
Oh, I'm so sorry. There's one more thing you can choose. Maybe I forgot to do this, but since I consumed a lock on when I attacked Noetis, that activates my Snow Crash talent. Your target can choose to take either 2 heat or be pushed 3 spaces in the direction of my choice.
He will choose to be pushed, but he has a passive talent, Unstoppable. He has immunity to all involuntary movement.
Okay, so nothing happens to him.
Yes, he is unmoved. There is something about the technology inside his technical systems, COMET, that you don't even see how it's moving. Like there is something about Noetis's mech that is alien to you.
Yeah, interesting.
In fact, it has the Xenotech trait. Scans about it reveal no information.
Oh.
But yes, I'm activating infringement. Infringement is Chimera looks like it's still being handled. So it's going to target you, Orion.
Okay.
It is going to use follower count. It makes a tech attack against you, and on a success, it will gain accuracy on attacks against you and may boost once per turn as a free action, so long as it moves them towards you. It's locking on to you in a different way than normal lock on. So let's make a tech attack against you. A 10 versus your E-defense.
It hit exactly.
All right. So he has +1 accuracy on all his attacks against you. So he's going to target you with his dual shotguns. This weapon can make 2 attacks at once, targeting either the same character or different ones. So it is going to aim both of them at you since he has accuracy on you. Not damage. Roll the attack. There we go. Other source. 1 accuracy. And then he will get to do this twice. For hit and hit.
Hey, Comet, can I move?
Yes, you can. Yeah, let me activate my tactical simulation.
Can this turn either of these into a miss somehow?
Allied character in line of sight takes damage, so it hits.
It's hits regardless.
Whether he gains resistance or not.
So, Orion. Characters that are successfully attacked more than once in a turn by the dual shotguns become shredded for the rest of the scene.
Okay. Is that capable of being removed through, like, stabilize?
It is still shredded, is still the condition shredded. It is just, It will not fall off on its own until you do something about it.
Okay.
But yeah, do you want me to roll the damage first and then you do your thing, or do you want me to wait on damage? Comment, because I forget how your thing works exactly.
Yeah, I'll do my thing first, because if he gains resistance, then we can add that to his
to the damage
status.
I roll. Totally.
Okay. I can't click the thing, so I'm just going to roll a d6. Okay, on a 4+, the attack was actually a simulation predicted by your processor. Your ally gains resistance to all damage dealt by the attack and may teleport up to 3 spaces, representing their true location.
Ooh.
All right, so let's see.
That helps you move around.
It does, because now I'm
can you move out of range of the second attack, or no?
Based on how it's worded, I think both attacks happen at the same time.
Yeah.
But you don't get the broken armor until after both attacks hit you. So you still have your armor for these attacks.
Yeah. So I will have resistance to this damage. Is resist... Why did I... So is resistance a thing I can put on myself?
I mean, I just put... I can just, click half damage on here.
Okay.
So when I click it, so it's only against this attack, so it's not a big deal here. So I'll just roll half damage on both of these. All right, so you'll take 6 and 6 down to 3 and 3, but you do have armor.
Yeah, so I should gain two health back, because the shredded back. You applied the shredded first. Yeah.
So get 2 health back, because that was actually only 2 and 2 damage.
Yep. So I am down to 7. So let me put that here. Am I missing something? Where did I... Just trying to make sure, because... Why am I down to 7? It looks like I should be down to 11, not 7.
Well, you were hit by things before from the
I took 2 missile
stuff.
pods, which took me down to...
And both of them were armor piercing.
Ah, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, because you were the lock-on target for both missile pods.
Yep. Okay. So, whatever. So it should be 7 out of 23. I'll fix the other stuff later.
Okay. All right, that is Infringement's turn. Orion.
Okay. So, start of my turn. All right. So, I start in the danger zone, which triggers my deep well heat sink, so I have resistance to heat for the rest of this turn. I know that basically because I consider to have soft cover, all of the enemies I attack this turn are considered to have soft cover, correct?
Yes, any enemy you attack has soft cover this turn.
Okay, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, so it's time to activate my core power. So I immediately gain 3 charges and go up to 4. And as it happens, I have 2 core charges, and Artemis now has a new ability, so we're going to activate that, which is the Delphic engine.
All right.
Yeah.
So, this is the first time you've activated this. You've tested it. You've gotten it programmed into your system. What does the connection between you and Artemis look like that you had to create in order for this system to work?
Ordinarily, I'm still like controlling the system, like kind of like you would imagine a normal mech. With the Delphic system, I had to hook myself directly into the Prometheus in order to keep Artemis in check while all of this is happening, essentially. So it's a more intimate connection, I guess.
Yeah. As you activate it, Orion, your mind is almost pulled away from the controls. You still feel yourself there, but it feels very much like an out-of-body experience. You feel in control, but like you're seeing what's happening, like you're watching it happen. As this happens, a flood of information pours into your brain. And it just so happens that as this flood of information pours into your brain, there is a bit of overflow. Some extra information that doesn't have anything to do with the fight you're currently in, but it just is odd information that you can't figure out why it's there. And as you hear it, because Artemis whispers it into your mind, you actually also whisper it yourself. Unconsciously, you kind of whisper it just beneath your breath, not even realizing you're saying this out loud. So COMET and CHIMERA, you both hear Orion say, without prompting, "Sway noble, morning comes. Skip twice, vows renounced, amethyst bird." And then you may take the rest of your turn, Orion.
Okay. So as part of the Delphic engine, I get a new protocol. Nothing in excess. Once per encounter, I cannot exceed my heat cap until the end of the turn. Any heat that I would gain that would cause me to overheat is instead ignored. So I'm going to use that. And then I'm going to use another protocol, because you can use as many protocols as you want. My Asura class NHP, which allows me to take an additional 2 quick actions or 1 full action this turn at the cost of 3 heat. But because of my deep well heat sink, I only take 2 heat, so that takes me up to 7. All the protocols.
Wow.
Oh my.
You fully synergized.
Okay. So, poor infringement here happens to be in my way.
Yeah, that seems right.
I have the ZF4, and he just happens to be right in the path of the ZF4 in my shot at Notice. That's not what I want. Can I target 2 people at once?
Yeah, you hold shift down as you press
shift.
T over top of them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was hitting control, and I was like, nope, that's not it. All right. So we are going to start this turn with firing the ZF4 because it is an ordnance weapon. And I am in range, but as part of firing it, I'm going to basically move one step back so that I won't get loss of accuracy. And I will be consuming the leadership die to get accuracy to counteract the debuff from fraud.
Okay.
Essentially.
So on infringement, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. And you also have a lock-on.
Oh, I'm going to use the lock-on infringement to counteract that, and I'll use the leadership die on notice to counteract that.
What was the order, though? I'm pretty sure the order was something about taking out infringement, wasn't it?
No, it was notice. Or was it infringement?
It was infringement.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm not going to use the leadership die because there is
other options
lock on infringement
as well. Yeah, the leadership die can do more things.
Yeah.
You can use it if you want to increase your damage.
That is true. I will hold it for now. Okay, so I move one space back, and I fire. Okay. Accurate. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Here we... oh, wait. Right, I have one difficulty because of other sources.
Yeah, on notice, you would have one difficulty.
Yeah. I was just making sure it made sense because it's showing both of them.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Ooh, very
Unfortunately
nice.
for infringement, I crit.
Nice.
Unfortunately,
not that this will make a difference in the grand scheme of things, I doubt it, but my autopods do activate infringement.
All right.
And they miss.
Aw.
All right, well, I'm going to roll the damage. And since this is the first attack I made this round while in the danger zone, I deal an additional 1d4 energy damage. So we'll add that.
Yeah, when the roll damage thing comes up, I think it'll provide you places to put that stuff now.
Yeah, there's a drop down for bonus damage.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
I thought the bonus damage was a D4.
It's a 1d6. I'm sorry.
A D6. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, against the infringement, that is 18 HP, it looks like.
Yep.
Does it have armor piercing?
Yes, because of my solid core.
Was it because the core power gives it armor piercing?
Yeah.
Nice. You needed that. Because he technically has one armor, so he takes one more damage, so he takes 17 up to 18 total because of your bonus damage, which obliterates infringement. Like, just barely. You watch as the beam fires through infringement and the armor is like just holding it together. But then you see a minor explosion in like an arm joint of it that causes like a series of complex sympathetic explosions that takes out the rest of the mech. On Notice... Notice has shredded right now, so he is just going to take the total damage for him, which is 12 total.
Cool. I'm going to follow that up with my heavy patterned laser rifle because this is part of a barrage.
Nice.
17. I hit.
All right, 17 hits him. Yeah, absolutely.
I take 2 heat, which puts me at 9, but because of my protocol, I cannot, even if I take additional heat, I cannot go over the cap for this turn.
I just realized since I used my autopods, I'm no longer invisible.
Ah, got it.
So I took that off.
For an additional 18 damage, 3 of which is burn.
All right. Well, the 3 burn will carry over after this, as he now has 3 burn. But that does cause him to structure.
Nice.
That is unfortunate for him.
So he will.
I hope he gets that one where you structure it a second time.
3 burn.
Yeah, I guess he does have to leave the dice roll.
You see the durability that has been built into this amazing marvel of technology. As he has legendary. He gets to roll twice and choose which result he wants.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, it sucks, but it's cool. I want that.
He rolled a 6 both times. So he'll choose the 6 for glancing blow. He is impaired until the end of his next turn.
Cool.
Okay.
He's also still jammed, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. He is. That sucks for him. He's jammed. He's just like, what is happening? What's exploding?
Trust me, that is not how he's reacting in there. You wouldn't know because he's jammed and you can't hear him.
He's probably saying, insolent fools.
Or something. Yeah,
that sounds accurate.
All right. So, because of my protocol, I still have 2 quick actions or a full action. So.
Oh my god! Wow.
I'm gonna barrage again. So, kaboom.
Is this against Notice still?
Yeah.
Got it.
As well, yeah.
All right. So we're gonna start with their laser rifle. I hit again. 18.
Nice.
4 plus 3 burn plus 4 energy, so that is 11 total, taking up the burn.
11 total, you got it.
That's hot.
Then we're going to fire, and I'm not adding any more heat because I'm at the cap for the turn.
He's shredded, too, by the way.
Yeah. Yep, he took the full damage.
Oh, yeah, he has a status on him, so I guess.
Yep. Then we are going to... Which weapon do I want to use? We'll fire the Soul Pattern Laser Rifle as the second weapon. 6, which hits.
How high is his AC?
His AC must not be better than mine.
All right, yeah, 6 will hit.
So he takes 1 damage and 1 burn.
You got it.
How much burn is that total? Oh, 2. Okay.
He's up to 7 total burn.
7 total burn. All right, and since I can't cap on heat, we're going to overheat or overcharge.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then we're going to fire my laser rifle one more time. I hit.
You do?
For an additional 10 damage plus 3 plus 1.
Oh,
that's got to show
right.
You've become a legendary boss character.
All right, that puts him up to 10 burn.
Bam. That structures him again.
I'm guessing he's only got 3 structure. I'm hoping.
Why would you guess that?
Because I want good things to happen.
So he's going to roll 2d6 now. Twice.
7.
So he's going to take the 4. Or the 3. The 3 is the best option he can choose from this list.
Okay.
So on a 3, he gets system trauma. Parts of your mech are torn off. Roll a d6. All right. On a 4 to 6, a system is destroyed. Choose what's destroyed. Let's see. What horrible thing have you done to him? Let's look at his systems. You hit him, and you watch as amongst all of the explosions you've done to him, a bunch of missile pods on his back that he was preparing and has not gotten to use yet are shorn off of his mech and go floating into space as detritus. You have destroyed his concussion missiles, which are a system.
What did those do? Just out of curiosity.
All characters within line of sight must succeed on a hull save or become slowed and impaired, is what they would have done.
Neat.
Okay. Well, that's my turn, guys. I'm sorry, that's all I could do.
All right. Well, I'm activating Notice.
That's MVP right there, Jer. You did great.
At the beginning of Notice's turn, I am activating Juggernaut. At the start of its turn, they clear 1 condition. At the end of their turn, they repair 1 destroyed weapon or system. So he's going to lose Jammed.
Okay.
And any other actions? Interesting. Orion.
Yes.
Nope. That's not gonna work. I mean, he is upset at you, but you're not really that close. As you blast away lots of his armor, you watch, you hear him over the comms as COMET. You're not expecting his comms to be online because you thought you had jammed him by destroying his, by launching his power cores out. He repaired insanely fast from that issue. As he says, "You're all going to pay for this." And he's going to... He couldn't use his reactions before. That sucked for him. He is going to activate his short cycle lance. As you watch all of his weapons, all of his armor getting fucking destroyed by Orion here, he basically opens up a small hatch on his mech that looks for a moment like he's opening up a hole to the power core on his mech. Let's just see. He can, from one of his spaces, draw a line that hits 2 of you. So that's what he's going to do. As a hole opens in the side of his mech, in a line 30, so this is going to partially destroy the space station behind you, unshielded reactor energy of the amount that you cannot even fathom pours from this mech in something science can barely explain. This is legitimately like, you don't know how this mech at this size has this much energy. This is like a capital ship firing a main laser.
Yeah.
As he activates his short cycle lance. Draw a line 30 path. Characters within the affected area must succeed on agility save or take 1 structure damage. On a success, you're still reduced to 1 HP. Objects smaller than size 5 are completely annihilated.
What?
Chimera and Comet, I'm going to need those agility saves.
I assume he means size 0.5.
Yeah. I was confused.
No,
for a minute.
smaller than size 5. You're not objects, you're characters.
Oh,
luckily.
okay. That makes me feel better.
Okay.
If there was a wall in space, it would not exist anymore.
Okay.
Agility saves from both of you.
I rolled a 4.
That is not going to succeed.
Yeah.
16.
And you being prone, does that affect that?
It doesn't. I was just checking it. It doesn't impact any saving throws.
Nice.
Thank goodness. Just another lays. Well, shit, I forgot the phrase of Star Wars. Float a little to the left.
Chimera, you are reduced to 1 HP as the short cycle lance barely glances past you. Comet, you lose 1 structure.
Yes, I do.
As the energy from this blasting past you tears away an entire layer of shielding on your mech.
I'm sorry. I do take damage. I thought I succeeded.
Look at the roll.
Yeah.
Look at the ability. On a success, you're reduced to 1 HP. If you had failed, you would have lost a structure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I took my structure damage. I got system trauma. So let's roll a d6. I rolled a 5. The system of my choice is destroyed.
All right. I'm going to roll that cascade check.
Yeah. The shackles remain intact for now.
On a 3. Nice. Okay.
3.
He does take armor piercing because of my spikes.
This is not an attack.
Really?
Now,
Okay.
This is a system.
Never mind.
I think I'm going to...
This is like a reactor vent kind of thing.
I'm gonna... What happens if I disable my NHP?
It
Does
turns
anything
off.
Extra happen? Or it's just fine? Okay.
It just turns off. Yeah, it becomes, it's like, imagine the damage disconnects it from your mech. It makes it unusable for the remainder of the fight.
Sorry, Kubrick. I'm going to mark my Athena class NHP as destroyed.
All right.
And then the damage that Kubrick got earlier hasn't recovered from.
Yeah.
At the end of its turn, the shredded will fall off and the impaired will fall off. And because of Juggernaut, he repairs 1 destroyed weapon or system, so he's going to get his concussion missiles back. As you all watch as a weird metallic-like gel oozes out of the back of the mech, this ferrofluid that you've seen before, as it reconstructs a functioning missile rack on the back of the mech.
Oh no! Does this mean he's going to explode if we beat him?
You'll find out.
I hate this.
Comet, you're up. Oh, right. Let's roll this. Hey, he failed his engineering save and takes 10 burn damage.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of
We're
damage.
We're not used to it being on the other end.
Yeah.
I know, right?
As his mech is like literally melting in space. It cannot vent all the heat that is slagging its outer armor that has been imposed on it by Orion.
Nice.
All right, Comet, what you doing?
Oh, sorry. I actually went this round. I accidentally clicked my tokens, so that's
okay.
what shows
then I'll just push through you. Okay. Bomber and Fraud are up. The Bomber is going to move in here first.
Did Bomber already?
It was the other dude that was next to you, Orion, that went earlier.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was that guy, and then Notice went twice.
And I fixed my HP. Yeah. I went back and checked. I'm at 9, just to clarify.
Sounds good. Chimera, you should be at 1 HP.
Oh, I updated the logger, but not my character sheet. Sorry.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm used to doing it for me nowadays.
This bomber, to follow up, is going to lock onto you.
Sure.
And then it is going to target the three of you, Comet, Orion, and Chimera, to fire more missile pods at.
All right.
Chimera, what do you still have soft cover?
I do. I haven't attacked anything yet.
Not
Not this entire encounter.
All right, Chimera has soft cover. Orion and Comet, do you guys have anything protecting you?
No, I'm no longer invisible.
Nope.
And Chimera, you are also prone, so that'll negate the soft cover.
Correct.
And then it is going to spend the accuracy, the lock on you. Because you're locked on, it has its Huntsman ability, so this has smart seeking and armor piercing versus you. That is 11, 9, and 19 against Chimera, Orion, and Comet for 3 hits.
All right, that structures me. Well, actually, no, you haven't rolled the damage yet, but I'm sure it will.
Well, you have one. You have 1 health, and it's armor piercing.
Yeah. I think it's guaranteed.
And it's reliable.
It's reliable.
Yeah. So that is otherwise hits on Orion and Comet. So, bam. So that is 4 damage to all 3 of you.
Okay.
All right. Where's the button for structure? Here it is. System trauma.
Parts of your mech are torn off. Let's roll that tear off roll.
Give me 1 second, just logging to hurt. All right. Oh, okay, that's not bad. I just got system destruction.
All right, pick a system to go down.
I will destroy the cable winch system.
You got it. That is the bomber. Now we're going to activate the fraud. It is going to... I think it is going to use warp sensors on Orion.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right. This is going to be a tech attack versus you, Orion.
Okay.
11 versus your E-defense.
That hits.
That will give you 2 heat. And all attacks you make until the end of your next turn treat their targets as having soft cover.
Sounds good. That will put me over, so
Okay.
I will stress. I don't need to roll a cascade check because of Artemis.
Yep.
We'll just
Yeah,
click the
Artemis is
button
still
anyways.
running things there.
But I am impaired, which, I mean, I essentially have impairment already. So,
But now you're double impaired.
I know. But because I stressed, my Sherman trait kicks in, which will, whenever I exceed heat cap or stabilize, I get soft cover until the start of my next turn.
Nice. And that is... Well, the fraud actually has another quick action. So it is going to put lock on Chimera. Not danger zone. Lock on. There we go. All right. New round. It is back to you all. After that explosive shot from Notice, the hole that energy flowed out of seals itself back up as ferrofluid like leaks into it, almost like it's covering a patch over a reactor that's on the edge of going critical. And you hear over the communications with Notice, "End this farce now, and I may let some of you yet live."
I'll say just when things are getting good? I don't think so.
If it
All
pleases the party, I'd like to go first. Or the team.
The gentleman
ahead.
from Pennsylvania has the floor.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm going
Is
to
Pennsylvania a planet?
But one thing I will do, Chuck, is I'll take a reaction to give you a leadership die.
Thank you.
I'll say, Chimera, kill Notice.
Don't need to tell me twice. As I pull out my giant Astro.
Do you stand up?
I am going to stand up. I was going to say that first. Just narratively speaking, you know.
You stop yourself from spinning in space. Yep.
Thank you. Yeah, and I'm going to pull out my drill and attack. So a few things happen. I still have Hunter's mark. Yeah, Hunter lock, sorry. So it will do 3 extra damage. Assuming I hit. I do have accuracy because it's the first attack, and I think the drill automatically gets accuracy because I have a mod on it. So 2 accuracy. Am I missing anything else? Yeah, 2 accuracy, and it'll do extra 3 damage. So let's select the... Alright. It's T to target? Yeah. Ooh, the UI's changed.
So is that
you haven't attacked yet. Right.
Is that 2 accuracy without the leadership die?
Without the leadership die.
Okay, so you might be able to use it for bonus damage.
That's what I'm gonna do.
If you hit. Yeah.
I'm hoping I'll land a hit. So when I click roll, will it prompt me for accuracy now?
Yes.
No, there should be check boxes.
Oh, well.
If you target something when you choose your attack roll, it should bring up a whole bunch of prompts.
You know what? It should be UI changed. Yeah.
Check boxes that say accuracy and consume lock.
You rolled the damage, not the attack, by the way. That's why.
I know. There we go.
You need to roll
it's
the attack. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. It's a hit. So roll damage plus 3. Yeah, I rolled the attack. That's why. And this is armor piercing. So that's 11 plus 6 plus 3 is 20 damage armor piercing.
It has shock armor. It has resistance to all damage from melee weapons. So it will take 10.
Well,
do you want to add the leadership die?
I do want to add the leadership die.
I thought you did. Isn't that where the 3 came from?
No, that's because I have Hunter's Lock on him.
Okay, cool.
So what is the damage for that?
It's a D6. Roll D6, and that'll...
Extra 4, so an extra 2.
So an extra 2, so 12 total.
Yes.
All right. It will take 12 damage.
And then, just because I don't like him, I'm going to overcharge, because normally that would have been my in my turn. I'm going to overcharge and attack with my B-Max. Shoot, where's the thing that says I spend movement, full action? Did it? Oh, there's the sheet. It moved for some reason. So I will overcharge and do an extra attack. And this will also do an additional 3 damage.
All right, totally.
So 8, 4.
8 down to 4 is what you're saying?
Yep.
All right. And is this armor piercing?
It is.
It is because of the beam protocol?
Correct.
Okay. With that 4 damage, following up your drill attack with a overcharged beam axe attack on it, as like just trying to overwhelm it with raw destructive power, even with the insane amount of defense this thing has on it, you are able to structure it again.
Hooray! That's 3 structure down.
That is.
And then, yeah, I'm going to end my turn right next to him.
3d6. So it's going to roll. It is going to take the 3 because that's the better of its options. On a 3, it gets system trauma. So I'll roll a d6. For a 5. So it is going to destroy those same missiles that it had just regenerated.
Cool.
They keep getting destroyed and then regenerated.
Yeah, you just watch as this ferrofluid keeps seeping out of it, trying to put it back together as it continues to take damage. All right, I'm going to activate Notice.
Sure.
The short cycle lance does not recharge.
Good.
Let's see what we got here. Chimera, you're presenting a very punchable face, especially since you just hurt him real bad.
That's my job.
So he's going to target you with his demolition hammer.
Oh, this thing.
He's going to consume the lock-on, and you no longer have soft cover because you
Correct.
attacked.
I have no protection against this.
Luckily, the damage demolition hammer starts with 1 difficulty, so he's just up to a flat roll.
Whew. All right. Yeah.
For a miss.
Wow.
That's what you want to see.
A 7 plus 2 only gives him a 9.
And Chimera pokes him.
Yep. As always.
And he is going to... Oh, the game will trigger me for it, Orion.
I
like
know.
when I end his turn. Oh, sure.
No,
The burn. They're very excited about the burn damage. Because burn doesn't often work on their team.
It's true.
And let's see. None of the other things apply. So end turn. Roll that burn. He takes 10 burn damage. He has a +3 to this. He should be good at it, but nope. As you watch as the whatever you've done to its systems, Orion, with all that burn seems to be continuing to seep into it. It is falling apart. It is burning the mech down faster than the ferrofluid can repair it.
Cool. I will take that.
Back to your team. Comet or Orion?
Do you mind if I go so you can set up for next round? Because I can't really do much.
Yeah, that's fine. If you go, though, I'm just going to do another reaction, which is I have this new core bonus that I forget to use all the time called... where'd it go? The Lesson of the Held Image. Once per round, as a reaction to the start of any allied character's turn, you can make a lock-on tech action against any target within line of sight and sensors. So I will take that reaction and put lock-on Notice.
Okay. In that case, I will activate. So, boop. Okay. So I have already stressed, and I don't really want to structure. I'm down to 5. So I am going to stabilize, and I'm going to choose Restore HP, and I'm going to clear that near permanent shredded.
You got it.
Cool. I'll just click that off. I'm not too worried about impaired at the moment because that'll go away at the end of the turn. There is something I want to check. I'm just checking. Well, I guess it won't matter. So then I'm going to overcharge because I can, which is always a good reason to overcharge.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
So I went from 0 to 2. Oh, all right. So I'm now at +2 heat, 0 out of 10, or 2 out of 10. And then we're going to just take some pot shots at our big lugging friend over there with my heavy pattern laser rifle, which he is targeted.
Are you going to consume the lock-on for that?
Yep, I'm going to consume the lock-on. Does he...
I don't think he actually has the lock-on status. Just give yourself accuracy then.
Yeah, I'll just give myself accuracy. That should cancel out the impaired.
All right.
I rolled a 14.
Don't roll damage yet.
Okay.
Oh, no.
As you target him with this ability, he activates Dig In. He gains resistance to all damage from the attack, but becomes slowed until the end of his next turn.
Okay. So
as he braces himself.
Okay.
In space.
In space.
It makes sense somehow.
You watch as thrusters fire.
Yeah,
hold him in one location.
They fire in the opposite direction of the laser, somehow canceling out the.
Okay, so I didn't.
Propulsion.
It's the Ferris fluid somehow.
So we will roll that damage. 6 plus 3 plus 2 before resistance.
All right, I'll add resist onto this.
Oh, it does that for you. So 5 total damage.
And stick 2 more to that burn.
Oh my god, he has so much burn now.
And that will put me at... Alright. Okay. That is my turn.
All right. I need to check a thing real quick, because it'd be real useful to know.
And I no longer have soft cover because my turn. And I lose impaired because my turn.
Would you believe that if you go to the CompCon compendium and type in burn, nothing comes up?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
What about glossary? It's in glossary.
All right, cool.
It's under equipment tag specifically, so...
All right, cool. Then burn damage. Yeah, and then, okay, yeah. Just wanted to make sure that there weren't other things going on there, and there aren't. Who's left to go? COMET on your side, yeah. So let's see. I'm going to activate Notice. The short cycle lance remains uncharged.
Thank God.
But at the beginning of its turn, Regenerator takes effect. Or I guess that'll happen at the end of his turn, actually.
Yeah.
Know that that's coming, though. Man, okay. So this is what the problem is with having so many creatures like this. He should have been healing back from all the times Chimera did poke damage to him on his turn then. Because he should have been able to regain that health at the end of his turn after he took the damage. So he should have had like 9 less damage done to him or something. Or maybe more. He's attacked you a lot.
It's true.
Stupid fucking... This guy, I'm not kidding, has over 20 things on his character sheet.
Really?
Yes, and most of them are passive.
I'd be interested in seeing it later if you want. But
no,
that's rough.
You cannot.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah, it gives away too much about their faction.
Oh, really? Never mind.
That's why they have Xenotech. You like literally their stuff is made from a society that does not share the same construction ideas as you do. Like they construct things in a different way than you do, and it doesn't make sense.
So like Magic versus Imperial?
Or more strange than that. It's like, what if they use a different base number than you?
Gotcha. So like base 8 or base 13 or something weird like that.
Yeah, like it's everything like that. It's like, you know how hard it is to figure out the ferrofluid? All of their systems are like that. So he is then going to... He doesn't have any conditions on him, correct? You guys didn't apply any new things to him?
Nope.
No, don't think so.
Cool. He did not recharge his short cycle lance.
Is this the first or second time he's activated this round?
Second.
Okay.
He's going to go ahead and stabilize. And he's just going to clear all of that burn.
Disappointment.
I mean, it makes a logical sense, right?
Oh, it 100% makes sense. I would have done the same.
All right. And does he get to do that and clear his heat?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Then he's back down to nil heat as well.
Yeah, it's 2 parts.
And then at the end of his turn, you watch as the ferrofluid, after he takes the time to finally put this burn out that's been cascading across the back, you watch the ferrofluid rush to fill in the gaps that are left behind as he regains 1/4 of his health back.
Okay.
Okie-doke.
COMET, you're up.
All right. This time I'll activate myself. All right. First thing I'm going to do, put lock on Notice. So he's locked on and shredded.
You got it.
Then I'm going to try to eject power course on Bomber.
You got it.
So let's roll an invade against him. 1 second. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 17 is a hit.
All right.
He takes 2 heat. He's jammed until end of its next turn.
As the heat overflows in this little transport ship, the variety of missiles packed all along it in a makeshift manner go critical, and he goes nova and explodes.
Oh, that works too.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Those missile boats were literally like sticks with missiles attached to them. They can dish out a lot of damage, but they're just transport ships.
Right. Yeah, makes sense.
They're space U-Hauls with missiles attached to them.
All right. So when I overcharge, I can do the same action that I did in my normal turn. Is that the?
Or you get one quick action. You can't.
Okay, so I couldn't repeat my eject power cores on a. It would have to be something else.
No, you can.
I think overcharge lets you do the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Overcharge overrides the no duplicate action.
That okay, that's what I thought. So I am going to overcharge. And that this time I'm going to target Fraud, who is invisible, but let's see if we can get past that and eject his power cores.
Let me check one thing real quick because I haven't had to look at his stuff yet. No, you already know he has the invisible thing, so you're good.
Okay. I won't consume his lock on. I'll just yeah. Okay, I think I hit him.
You did? Yeah, you rolled heads on invisibility.
Yeah.
So you get past the invisibility and eject his power cores.
All right, he takes 2 heat and he is jammed. And I'm not moving, so I'll get one more. There's no one to lock on. Everyone's locked on. So that's it for me. I cloak.
COMET locks onto himself just for good measure.
Yeah. And I'll end my turn.
All right, and that jam just lasts until the end of his turn?
Correct.
Okay, he'll activate. Can they still stabilize while they're jammed? Yeah, that's not. It's not one of the restrictions. It looks like so.
Yeah.
That's
right.
It is going to use its blah blah blah. The thing I just said, stabilize, to remove that lock on.
Okay.
All right.
It and then the jammed falls off. So it spends it. It only has tech abilities. It can't do anything while it's jammed. So that was its most effective turn it could have.
Makes sense.
Perfect. Good.
All right. New round.
Hey, Chimera, can I act on the shredded since it doesn't have resistance to giant guns?
Please. I mean, you're going to do more damage than I'm going to do.
Okay. I just thought I'd ask.
I was going to suggest it anyway, so go ahead.
Okay. Cool. He is exactly within 8. So that is good because that is the current range of my ZF4. My ZF4, if you didn't know, my ZF4's range is 4 per charge it has. And when I fire it, it goes back down to 1 charge. But since I stressed, I got another charge. Its range and damage is based on the number of charges I have. You guys only really see me fire it once, and then that's it. So, all right. Start of my turn. I am at 5 heat, so I am in the danger zone. So I also gain resistance to heat. I am going to do a full barrage on Notice. And we are going to start with the ZF4. I am no longer impaired. I am no longer like tech attacked. I have accuracy. This is 2d6, so we should be good. I hit for 16. And first attack this round. So I add an additional 1d6. So I rolled so I rolled a 6 plus a 1, so I deal 7 damage.
Okay.
And then we're gonna follow up with the heavy pattern laser rifle. And because I have resistance to heat, I'll only take 2. I don't know how to. I don't know if you can add resistance to heat. I don't know. Maybe that's something for later. Not right now. So I hit. And I deal an additional 7 plus 3 plus 4, 3 of which is burn. So that's what, 14?
Math checks out.
Cool. So plus 2 heat.
You got it.
Heat puts me at 7 out of 10. All right. Do I want to risk it? Yes. Yes, I do. We're going to overcharge. Okay. Well, that stresses me.
Ooh,
my God.
that's not what you want.
Okay. I take exactly 3 heat. So we're going to set that, and we're going to overheat. And because I'm set it at 10, not 11.
Yeah, you need to, yep. Ooh. Meltdown. Roll an engineering check. As you try as much as you can, you push your mech to its very limit. But you are able to pull things back, especially with Artemis's help, keeping the mech from going critical.
Fortunately, I had a backup with that because because of Delphic Engine.
Yep, yeah, you could have changed that if needed afterwards, which is nice.
Yep. All right. Because I stressed, a couple of things happen. I get soft cover again. Although I can't fire it, I get 1 additional charge on 1 charge on my ZF4, so it goes from 1 to 2 because I fired it before, and I still get my quick action, and I am still exposed. Yes, on a success, I'm still exposed, so I am exposed. So let me add that. I'm sure it is in here somewhere. There it is. That is not what I thought it would be, but that's okay. All right. Well, I'm going to fire my heavy pattern laser rifle. Before I forget, as part of vent heat, when I stabilize or exceed my heat, as part of another system called Mather Stop, when I clear my heat, that's only when I clear my heat. So never mind, I go back down to 0. Never mind. Okay, so stress. I thought it also happened when I stressed, but no way. It says when the Sherman clears all heat. So yes, it does happen when I stress. I need to learn how to read. I'm sorry.
Reading is hard.
So when I clear all heat, I may choose to receive heat equal to my heat cap to put me into the danger zone. You know what? I'm not going to do that. Not this round. Okay. So stress, 2 out of 4. Heat, 0 out of 10. And then I'm going to fire my heavy patterned laser rifle. Since I started my turn in the danger zone, I still have resistance to heat. So I will only get 2 from firing this weapon again, even though I did stress. So we're going to fire... For 13, I hit. For an additional 11 plus 3 plus 2, so that's, 14, 16 damage? Plus 3 of which is burn?
Yeah, bring back burn.
All right. Nice. Okay. As you deal another 16 damage to Notice, you blast away what little shielding it has left on its mech. You blast away at the final structure that Notice has. And over the comms, as you destroy Notice, you hear,
"I'll not go down alone."
As by killing him, you trigger short cycle explosion. As the shielding
30.
around, a radius 30 circle originating on Notice. As the shielding is gone around its entire overloaded reactor, and in every direction from it, within anything within 30 of it is going to be affected by this. I need all of you to roll an agility save.
Can we talk about the recharge 6?
Yeah, I guess that doesn't really matter if he's dead, but you know.
That is weird.
Hold on. I gotta see if I recharge my self-destruct.
I mean, I guess we could negate it, I guess, if that was a thing.
Agility. What's my agility there?
10. And then 8.
How did I roll an 18?
So, the save target is 13.
Shit. All right.
That's going to be another structure.
Yeah, so that's a structure for COMET and a structure for CHIMERA. Prometheus, you're just reduced to 1 HP. As you're still buffeted by an insane amount of energy, but you do lose 22 health.
I imagine that was Artemis going, oh my god.
Yeah, like, I imagine you're, like, venting heat to make steam into a small barrier in front of you, like, pulling off some just unimaginable stuff to, like, block this. As a explosion the likes of which you've never seen before causes a whiteout on your sensors.
So, let me ask this question, because... does this explosion remind us of the exploding mech on, was it AO's station?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so, COMET, you rolled your structure and got system trauma.
Yep. I'm going to mark my, my horse system upgrade one. That's what lets me do eject power cores. Since I already did that on everyone, I'm going to mark that as destroyed.
And I got weapon destruction, so... well, I only got 2 weapons to pick from, so I'll do the battle axe.
I wish I got weapons destruction.
What weapons do you have?
I have on the auxiliary mount, the autopods on my launcher mount, and then on the auxiliary I have 2 LMG auxiliary rifles that I never ever use.
I was gonna say, was this the first time you've used your autopods, like, in recent memory?
In recent memory, yes. I think I've used them before, but like it's been a very long time.
And after your cameras clear, after you realize you're still alive, if just barely, limping badly in enemy territory without a ride out of here, we'll go ahead and end the session there.
Oh yeah, weren't we supposed to make like a phone call before the fight began?
Well, we can make a phone call after the fight has ended.
Yeah. We'll deal with it next time.
I don't think we had time that we were talking about calling Epic.
Not saying we couldn't have, but that would have probably taken COMET's full turn.
True.
All right.
Alrighty.
We'll see what you guys come up with next time. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yep, see ya.
Bye.
Boing.